Hello my beautiful friends, welcome to my channel. This is Sabina here. Today's video is very different than I usually film. We are traveling soon with our infant. If you guys have been following me for a long time, then you guys know. If you don't, then I just had a baby 6 months ago and he is almost 7 months. And this is the first time he is flying, and this is the first time we are flying with infant, and we don't know what to expect and how many things to pack. I'm a little bit overwhelmed and nervous, but at the same time I'm very excited. We are going to Nepal, that's where I'm from, and we will be gone for like almost a month, and it's a long flight. So I don't know what to pack or what to expect with infant, and this is also my baby's first time flying, so we all are a little nervous, but I know that we can do it. So I just want to share with you that what I'm packing, and I'll just share with you my experience flying with infant. So let's get into the packing. I just packed my stuff. I just put everything in the cube, those packing cubes, and now I just need to put those in a suitcase. So I'm trying to figuring out how many outfit he needs, because we're going to be gone for a whole month, and the babies, they grow so fast. So I have all different sizes of clothes for him, and I have a list of the items that what I need for him and myself and for my husband. So yeah, I'm really nervous and anxious, and yeah, I don't know what to expect. We are flying in Turkish Airlines. This is our first time flying in Turkish Airlines. I'm looking forward for that, and I will share with you how our journey will be, and what to expect to fly with infant. So let's get into the packing. Almost 1 o'clock, he's taking a nap, so I have to do everything when he's taking a nap and when he wake up. So I want to hold him and I want to play with him. So let's get into the packing. So I have this kind of packing cubes, and I already packed my items into this kind of cubes. Now I'm gonna put all his clothes in these cubes, and thinking to take only this kind of footies pajamas in a plane. I'm gonna put this on him, and from here to Dallas to Istanbul is 11 hours flight, so it's a long flight, and I want him to be very comfortable and warm. The plane sometimes it's so cold inside, so I want him to have this. And I will take few of this in my hand carry. So I'm thinking to put a few items, because you never know, an infant with the throwing up and all this accident happens. So I will keep all of this in his diaper bag, and rest of his nice outfits and clothes are all goes in the big luggage. Some of the things that I have to wait until the day we fly. The good thing about our flying is that our flight is not until 8 p.m. so we have all day, so for me to think about and relax, and what I need and what I forget. So I'm glad that our flight is not so early morning. So let's get going before he wake up. We have 4, and then we have here open, so last minute things if we have to pack, we're gonna pack on this. I'm also carrying hand carry too. I think I did overpacked, but I don't know, it's the first time traveling with infant, and I don't know what to expect. So here all our clothes are, everything is ready. I just need to put is now my makeup bags and just smaller items from our hand carry. By the way, we bought a travel stroller because we don't want to take our Nuna with us, so we decided to get something not very expensive. My baby is right now 9 months old. When we traveled, he was 7 months old. So it was back in July that we traveled to Nepal. I am from Nepal, so we decided to go to visit my family and meet my baby. So we traveled to Nepal, and if you guys know Nepal, then it's really far from here, super far, and it's long hours, and it's my first time, and I was pretty nervous, and I had this anxiety, watch so many videos like this, and so I just want to share with you my experience and what helped me to travel with that new infant, that infant that who never traveled anywhere, and this was his first time traveling, but he did such a good job. He's such a good baby, and I love him so much, and I cannot expect more from the little tiny baby. How we get tired, and we at least we can communicate with our words, and they are so little, they don't know anything, but he did pretty well. This is our first time experience, and we both were pretty nervous. So I did a lot of research and watched a lot of YouTube videos that how to travel with an infant. And so what I did was that I made a list that what I need and what makes my life easier. So by that point, like 7 months, I kind of knew my baby now. Like, you know, in the beginning, like when you are just like a newborn, like know anything, like you are just like lost. At least I felt that way, that I was lost. And it was already 7 months at that point, like in July, so I knew what he likes and what makes him happy. I'm definitely gonna tell you that it is easier to travel with newborn or less than 6 months than after they start becoming too mobile. You know, it's very hard because they want to curl, they want to touch, they want to grab, and it's not their fault. They just want to explore, and it's hard for them to be in that plane for a long travel. Nepal is very far. It's a South Asian country. We booked our flight from Dallas Fort Worth International Airport to Turkey, Istanbul, and from Istanbul to Kathmandu. So from here to Istanbul was 11 hours flight. Yes, 11 hours with that new infant, 7 months. I bought ticket online from direct from Turkish Airlines website. So I was trying to book bassinet. I could not. Went to the airport and I requested for the bassinet. It was a very nice man and he helped me, and then he gave me the bassinet. But when we booked our seat, we were next to each other, but we fly in a business class. So Turkish business class is a little bit different. Then I did not have that experience before because only I flew in Qatar Airways business class, but never in Turkish. So the Turkish business class is like more like they have a pod, and then this pod are separated. So my husband, if I take the bassinet, then my husband, his seat is like a 3 seat behind me. So either take the bassinet or not take the bassinet and be my husband next to me. So I was like, you know what, I need a bassinet. Neither one of can hold for 11 hours to him like in our arms. It is going to be hard. So I requested for the bassinet, and then they give me a bassinet. I am so glad that I took that bassinet. So before we traveled, that I make a whole bunch of lists and I order a whole bunch of things. So my baby at this point, he was still breastfeeding, and before I traveled a month ago, I kind of slowly transitioned to him to the formula. So just want to see that he likes that formula or no, because in airplane I don't want to be like in breastfeeding. And then what I noticed my body is that when I am stressed, my body is stressed, then I don't produce enough milk. So that was happening in the past, so I don't want that happen, and then he gets hungry. And what I did was that I tried formula like when he was 6 months. I knew that when he was 7 months we're gonna travel to Nepal, and so I did of course try formula, and then he was okay with that. So I started switching to formula in the afternoon, and then the night time I like only give him breast milk and just breastfed him. It's a long flight, and I'm like freaking out, like in how I'm gonna wash my bottles, how many bottles do I need to carry, all kind of things. Like, and it's so stressful. Oh my gosh, guys, you can't even tell me that how stressful I was. So my friend suggested me to buy this bottle from Playtex. The cool part of this bottle is that it comes with this liner. So this liner is like this, you can just pop inside, and then when it's done you can just throw that away. So it's easier. I bought a travel size, like, you know, bottle washing liquid and brush and drying rack, everything I ordered. But I really don't want to wash his bottle in the bathroom, airport bathrooms or plane's bathroom. I do not like, it's so disgusting dirty. Because I ordered like 5 or 6 of them, and then whole bunch of this liner. And only one thing I did mistake, if you are planning to buy these things and you're traveling and you want to try this, make sure the nipple, do not buy the medium, because it's like a really overflow. That's what's just happening. So I really have to hold him slowly, because the poor baby, the milk was coming all out. But he's such a good baby, he don't complain. He just like, you know what, I just need to drink milk. So what I did was that before we went to the airport, I prepped up 1 bottle milk here. And then to put my formula, I bought this. This is really cool. So it comes with 5. I ordered this like 4 of those. So I have 20 of this. So I fill each one with 5 ounces, like 5 ounces. And then what you do is that you just open it, and then you can just pour this into here. bottle and done. And then when you're done, you just take it out and you just keep like, you know, switching. So I got this 4 of those, and but make sure that you use this really carefully, because what happened was that when we were in the airport, one was like kind of like not closed really good, and all the formula was everywhere. It was like, it was crazy. Like my friend dropped us in the airport and he dropped his wallet in her car, and we were going in the business lounge and we couldn't find his wallet, and this formula was all over our bag. It was so stressful. And then there's a baby. I don't understand how people vlog with the baby. I couldn't do anything. Like, I have so much respect for people that who vlog with the baby. I could not even take a picture. Seriously, I was so overwhelmed and it was really hard. So anyways, so make sure that you close this very carefully, but it is really helpful. I still use this one. I do not use this anymore because I told you that the nipple was too big and the milk was coming overflowing, and then I don't want to buy another nipple to waste money, because now I'm not traveling anywhere and he's just using his regular bottle. So this one I still use it when we go out on weekend. Like, we refill his formula in this, and it's just easy. So I use the bottled water for his milk. Also, before we traveled, like I told you that I started introducing him formula and also the regular water, outside water, not warm water, because I want him to have that habit of drinking the same consistency. So that's why it will be easier. Like, I don't want to, like, you know, look for a warm water and warming his bottle. So just trying to make my life easy. 6-ounce bottle, this one, and I knew that if he become fussy or the bottle, and give it to him. So we went to the airport and he did pretty well. My baby loves people, so he was just looking around the people well. So for the traveling, we don't know what to do with the stroller, and the one that we have is a Nuna stroller, and it's quite bulky and big, and we don't want to take that stroller, because we knew that we take that stroller, then they're gonna throw in the airplane, or we have to give it to them, and we have to wait for that, like, you know, stroller to come to us. So of course, you know, everything is there. So we bought a very cheap travel stroller from Amazon, and it's the best thing. It just folds like a suitcase, and you can put just on top, and just put on top. It's easy. You can just take it out and you just put it on. So it was really easy to fold, and when it folded, it was very compact, and it just become like a very small. So it was the best investment, and we use that. I think it's very important to have a stroller when you travel with baby, because it's hard for you to carry them, and when they are in the stroller, they can sleep and they can also look around strollers. And I packed all his outfit into the little cubes. So I like anyways to pack everything in the cubes. So I took like a few of his pacifier, you know, and in case like if you drop and then it gets dirty, so I have some extra pacifier in my handbag. And I put a tan outfit for him, and he's of course put like a bibs, and because they like can spits up anytime or throw up or burp cloth. Being a mom, you have to carry everything, so I put it in my handbag. And I put him kind of like a warm clothes. I thought the plane gonna be really cold, but unfortunately it just was very hot in that, like in Turkish Airlines or what, I don't know, it was really hot. We got a bassinet, and he plane takeoff, I don't have to give him any milk, he just fall asleep. He's take a nap, he was on my lap, and he just fall asleep. So it was perfect, because I heard that the baby cries a lot when plane take up because of the air pressure, and so luckily he fall asleep at that point. And then he woke up, and I gave him his milk, and he was still a little tiny, so he was not that much mobile, and he hung out with me for a little bit, and then he hung out with his dad for a little bit, and then he fall asleep. So I put him in the bassinet. I am so glad that I requested for the bassinet, because it was easy to change his diaper. Like, talking about the diaper, I did not know that how many diapers, like, you know, carry that with me. And in Turkish Airlines, we flew with the infant, and I paid the money for the infant. It's not free. They charge 10%, but they did not offer any dry diapers, no wipes, nothing. So I'm so glad I had enough diapers. And also I had a handbag, and also we had a rolling suitcase, so we put a lot of diapers in there. And I was freaking out traveling to Nepal. You never know, like, you know, it's just like I was like, I overpacked. I seriously overpacked. So I had enough diapers and wipes. And wipes, I'm kind of like, okay, one packet wipes is enough, but the diaper, I was just freaking out. We packed a lot of diapers in my handbag and then also in our rolling suitcase, and his wipes and his clothes and his bibs, his burp cloths, his nice like in a small blanket. Like I packed 2 blankets. One was a small blanket and the one was a little light blanket in case, like, you know, he gets warm or just want to cover or just to breastfeed. So I had that. I had some of his toys that he did not play, and he was not really interested to play with toys because he was more interested to, like, you know, grabbing and trying to see something else. So he was not really interested. So we went to the Turkey and they had a nice lounge, and after 11 hours of flying, I'm so proud of my little baby at that point. And we were in Turkey. I was tired, and I don't know, like, people look so beautiful in the plane, but if you see me, I look miserable, like tired, because I could not sleep. I'm very light sleeper person, and I can't sleep anywhere. And I was freaking out about like sleeping because of my baby. You know, I was keep like checking on him, and he's making sure that is he okay or no, is he breathing or no, like, and it's just like too much things going on in my head. So I didn't sleep for 11 hours of Turkish food. It was delicious. We had a great time there. We did not get chance to really look into the duty free. It's different when you become a parent. You know, before, when me and my husband used to travel, like, we had so much time, like, and we do a lot of things, taking pictures and this and that, but this point, like, you know, I'm just exhausted. I'm just ready just to go home. And then from there to now Kathmandu is another 7.5 hours flight, I think. It was a long flight again. So we make a milk again, and then we went back in the plane again to go to Kathmandu. And luckily, again, when we were taking off, he fell asleep. So that was really good. Me and my husband had a seat together. So he and me kind of like, you know, playing. And then, oh my goodness, here he comes, like, his tantrum. He started crying, and he just don't want to go to sleep, and he was crying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, you know. But again, I'm trying to tell myself that this is a baby, you know. I don't know what's going on with him. It's hard for him. It's too long flight, and so I'm not worried about the people, like, you know, and I'm just worried about my baby, what is happening to him. And I'm not worried about like what the peasants are gonna say, like, you know, are they upset with my baby? I don't care about that, because this is a baby. This is my baby. I'm just worried about my baby at this point, like why he is crying. And finally my husband was literally standing and rocking him and making the shush shush sound and all kind of like, you know, this, you know, parents has to do it. And then he fall asleep. So he fall asleep. We land in the Kathmandu, and of course after we get out from the plane, he was all happy and looking around and singing. And that was our journey from Dallas Fort Worth to Kathmandu, Nepal. So in this time, like, I had this little experience that I should have put some more extra clothes, because even though I put the 10 sets of his, like, you know, clothes, he spits a lot. This dang thing, this thingy, this nipple, I should have ordered not medium, but I ordered the nipple medium, and I didn't realize until we were in the plane. So when you drink, the milk keep coming out, and then when his shirt gets wet, I don't like him to be in that, so I was constantly changing. So when I was coming back, I exactly know that how much milk I need and how much diaper I need now, like, you know, because now this is my second time flying with infant. So coming back, we came back in Qatar Airways. Qatar Airways, I love their business class service. Is amazing. Qatar Airways, Turkish is nice too, but I always prefer Qatar. So I packed, like, you know, the milk that what he needs, and also enough clothes. So we stayed in Nepal for almost like a month. At this point, my baby is like almost 8 months, and he was getting longer. So when there's no way that he can fit in the bassinet, so again we requested the bassinet in the Qatar. So they gave us like a really front seat, me and my husband both together this time, and I was happy with that too. And we ordered the bassinet. They give us a bassinet, but when we tried to put baby in the bassinet, his leg was like literally coming out from the bassinet because he was too long, and it was very uncomfortable for him to sleep. So Qatar Airways sit like, you know, there's two sit together, and then the whole like a big kind of small area for you. So my husband and me, and then we pull down this wall, little wall, pull down all the way, go down, and then we lay down, and it becomes like a bed, and then baby really slept good. And if he wants to play, he has like, you know, room to a little bit like, you know, he started at this point, he started crawling too. When we were going to Nepal, he was not crawling that much, and right now, like when we're coming back to Dallas, he was crawling now, like he was all over the place. And he did quite good from all night time, so he was used to sleep there. So when we take off, he fell asleep, and he slept for that 5.5 hours flight. He slept, and we landed in the Qatar. We went to the lounge again, we cleaned. Harry, he has this tantrum. He cried so much. There was like, people were like quiet, nice, you know, they just want to relax after the long flight, but he was screaming. I couldn't even eat. They had a sushi, and I was like, oh, I want to eat the sushi, and I had the sushi in my plate. I can't even eat because he was screaming. So we just like, okay, whatever, let's go. So we just like, you know, pack him, and then we get out from the lounge and we start walking around. And then we get in the plane. He did quite good, and I told you that the Qatar Airways, their flight is awesome. We love it. The seat was comfortable. Good. He slept, and he woke up, and he played, he moved around, and then he slept, and he woke up. So we have 2 hours left to land in Dallas Fort Worth. What happened to him, I don't know. He cried so much. Qatar to Dallas is 14 hours flight. It was too long for that baby. He cried so much that he doesn't want to drink his milk. He loves milk, but at this point he doesn't want to drink milk. He does not want to do anything. He just wants to cry. You know, rocking and trying to walk back and forth, it just nothing works. Cried and cried, no passy, nothing helps. Like, he liked passy, he liked milk, nothing at that point. Like, he was just screaming and screaming and screaming. And then he fell asleep. After that, it just broke my heart. My baby, like, you know, I just feel like it's just a punishment for him, like traveling so far, and it's hard. And then we arrived, you know, it was good, it was bad, it was everything. It was just a mix, you know. And I know that they are just a baby, and baby, you don't know what's going on. It's just a long flight. So next time when I fly, my baby gonna be a little more older, and I know that it's gonna be more harder because he gonna be in toddler and walking around and, like, you know, more screaming phase. So but it doesn't mean like that I'm not gonna travel and I'm not gonna go to see my family. Of course I'm gonna go see them, but you don't know what you're gonna expect from the baby. You prepared and you do everything, but you never know what you're gonna get because they're just the small babies. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy my story traveling with an infant. It was quite a bit of experience traveling with my baby. Well, he did pretty well. He's such a good baby. I could not imagine myself traveling with baby, and I'm glad that he was with me, and he was very helpful. So when you travel, if your baby likes some puree, like, you know, applesauce or anything, you just keep those also in your bag. So when they get upset, then you can start feeding them, because if just put their favorite, like, you know, favorite food, so that would be easier. And then with my experience for the baby, both the flight, Turkish and Qatar, they did not offer anything, and so there is no food. And then even, like, you know, I have not even fed anything to my baby, like outside food, so I would not anyways fed him anything. But just in case if you are planning that, then they did not offer anything to us for our baby. So yeah, that's my story. And if you guys are traveling with infant, then make sure you buy this one. Travel stroller is a must, and also this Playtex bottle, because of that liner. It's easy, you don't have to wash the bottle, you can just use and throw, and good to go. Pack like tons of pacifiers and some teethers and some kind of pouches, like pouch, and some toys if they are interested. My baby did not really play with the toys, but I packed it. And then I also packed some of his teething toys. I packed, and then I put the teething toys inside the clip so that it won't fall, and then So it's really helped, because I was paranoid of having his things to fall on the ground and then he will put that in his mouth. So hand sanitizers, wipes, sanitizing things, like you guys all know that, pack those things, and bottled water. This is my travel story with an infant, and I hope you guys like it. If you guys like this and you want to be a part of this community, then make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and be a part of my family. I love you guys. See you in my next video.